All right, saying that some Detroit Piston veterans gonna have to take a pay cut to stay in Detroit. My thing is this: will it truly be a pay cut? Is there a demand for Tim Hardaway Jr., for Beasley, for Schroeder? I mean, Schroeder bounced around the league. He made the comments about NBA trade deadline is like slavery, and he got traded 2 days like a day later, like 2 days later, I think it was, maybe a week after making those comments. I don't know, but Piston veteran has to take a pay cut to stay in Detroit. Piston veteran. Oh, so it must be talking about Tim Hardaway Jr., I believe. But let's talk about it in general. It says that Detroit Pistons have plenty of tough offseason decisions to make, including independent free agents Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dennis Schroeder, Paul Reese contract are expiring this summer. Trajan Langdon has to strike the fine balance between continuity and making upgrades where necessary. Beasley, Hardaway, Schroeder provided the Pistons with much needed veteran presence throughout last season, playing a large role in the 31 improvement from the season ago. Depending on their action price, the Pistons would ideally be interested in bringing them all back. Bringing back all these veterans. More likely scenario, however, is that the team will have to part ways with at least one of them for financial reasons. Amari Spankford of the Detroit Free Press believes the name the Pistons will let walk will be Tim Hardaway Jr. His return comes down to two things. Will he accept a smaller role and for less money, given this may be his last chance at a multi-year contract? Hardaway also has a sense to test the market. I mean, the question is this: who wants him? Who wants him? I mean, he had a solid year in Detroit, and somebody gonna pay him multiple dollars to go, multi-year dollars to go there. Then cool. I mean, but what's the market like for him? The market wasn't too robust when he had expiring contract and the Pistons got him. So I mean, at the end of the day, will his role really decrease here? I mean, it depends. Will Asar Thompson shoot the ball better? Will Ron Holland shoot the ball better? Will they bring in another guard? And if those one or two or two or three of those things happen, then yeah, his role might expand coming off the bench. Honestly, real talk, his role might expand coming off the bench. He might get more minutes. I mean, who knows? The shooting is still at a premium, regardless. Especially if people talking about bringing in, anybody like Zion, shooting, shooting. So I mean, who knows? Huh? But if they got to part way, I mean, so be it. Really, the development you want to see Marcus Sasser, be a better a ball handler, but he can defend, he can score, So maybe they ready to hang the reins over to him. But to be honest with you, Schroeder, the market ain't. I don't think the market is going to be robust for Schroeder or Tim Hardaway Jr. They had a revival in Detroit for sure, but I don't think it's going to be some market where you get into a bidding war for them. And that's my opinion. I don't know how much money the rest of the league actually has. So I don't really see them getting into some type of this robust market. The one guy that may be like that is Malik Beasley. That's the one guy that you make. But if you bring in a Booker or a Trey Young or something like that, I mean, you cool with that. You hope that some of these guys Sasser figure it out and blase this, blase that, and some of these dudes shoot the ball better. Yeah. So we'll see. But a lot of them guys I see it's probably the best fit to come back to Detroit financially. Schroeder, his role, and then we don't forget you're getting Jaden Ivey back too. So he shot the ball pretty well. So it kind of do make a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr. expendable. But then if you bring in a Booker or somebody like that, I think it becomes even more expendable because then really Ivy probably had to move to the bench or something. Are you looking to move him? So no, very interesting in my opinion. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, but not sure. Not sure. But yeah, I would like to bring them all three back, especially if you ain't gonna make no major deal. Bring them all three back. Hear people talking, what about bringing Jeremy Grant back? I don't know what some Piston writers or I don't know what some of these people obsession is with Jeremy Grant. No, thank you. Let him go up in Portland, and he wanted to lead Denver and get numbers. Let him be in Portland and get us. Now we're about wins here. We're not about meaningless stats. You know, we about getting some victories. He wanted to come here and show that he could score 20 points a game. Let him die in Portland, him and DeAndre Ayton. Let them have a time in Portland. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think he's right. Detroit can likely find a better shooter in the spot for less money. Hardaway was paid last season as a 7th or 8th man in rotation, or less than $10 million per salary. So Hardaway could still be helpful. Anything? I mean, you probably can find something a little bit cheaper out there that can do what he did. But the question is, who about to pay him that amount of money? That's the $1 million question. Who about to pay him that money? That's the $1 million question. Who about to pay that money? That's all I'm asking. Like, who about to pay that money for? I'm telling y'all, man. I don't think it's as I don't think it's as this market is as robust for some of these guys. You think? I think the most robust is probably going to be Malik Beasley, especially if he had a better playoff performance. It's probably was going to go ham for him. So ultimately, you know, ultimately we'll see what the deal is. We will see what the deal is and how the market is laying the plan. But I like Tim Hardaway Jr. Like seeing his dad at the games. A huge fan of his dad growing up. One of the most killer crossovers, Run TMC and all that. So yeah, I was a huge fan of his pops back in the day, man. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, but yeah, we'll see, man. But if some upgrades to be made, some of these guys gonna be gone by default. So if there's some upgrades to be made, some of these jokers gonna be gone regardless. So that's the number one thing about it. If it's upgrades to be made, a lot of these jokers gonna be gone. So, we just gotta wait and see, man. So let me know what y'all girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace. Oh, no, my bad on Twitter. Wherever I'm at in the link tree, I got to clean it up and get some more platforms. I'll be there. Peace.